G'day everyone, Nick Marentes here, your fellow retro geek from the land down under, where we drive on the wrong side of the road and toilets flush the other way round. Welcome to a video progress update of my new Coco 3 game titled Gunstar. Those that have been following my game development blog will know that I have been making some progress of late and now have some actual graphics moving on the screen. I have been explaining my new game engine that I have developed, and now it's time to move beyond the theories and showcase the game as it starts to take shape. This is not a new game engine. I originally developed the game engine back in 1984 for a game Escape Zone on the TRS-80 Model 1. So it's an engine I originally developed over 30 years ago and am now adapting it to the Coco with higher resolution and colour. The game will have 4 distinct levels. Each level will be composed of 22 screens worth of scrolling background graphics. These will then repeat till all the required targets and objectives are met before moving on to the next level. Currently I only have 2 screens worth of repeating background, just so I can test the engine so far. The game will scroll the background terrain vertically down the screen as well as left and right to reveal a wider background area. Overlaid on top of this scrolling background will be the score display and 2 bar graph displays which indicate your craft's propulsion energy and fusion bomb energy. On beginning the game you will have no fusion bomb energy, and the idea being that you will charge it as you collect fusion energy in your travel. The fusion bomb is basically a powerful energy blast that disrupts all enemy craft around you and destroys them. I hope to have the blast working by my next blog, complete with sound effect. But enough of the rant, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Now, as you can see, the background is scrolling down the screen. In the top left we have the score, and for testing purposes I've just got it merely incrementing by 10 with every frame of the game, just so I can just see the numbers all work correctly. On the right hand side you can see 2 bar graph displays. The top one with a light green area is the propulsion energy I mentioned, and just below that indicating an empty fusion bomb energy level. Now notice your spaceship, what it looks like at the moment. The very nozzle of the ship looks a bit larger than normal. That's the fusion bomb. But at the moment, because we have no fusion energy, it's discharged, so you can't fire. As a cheat, I have made it so that if I fly my ship to the left, and here you can see the screen scroll, it will charge up the fusion bomb. So now look at the graph, it's fully red, it's indicating it's full. When it's full, the nozzle, the fusion bomb nozzle cone, whatever, starts to spin. So that's a graphical representation that when you're playing, as soon as you see the nose cone spinning, you know that your fusion bomb is ready to be fired. At the moment you can't fire it, but in the next blog hopefully I'll be able to just blow it and it'll flash the screen and make noises and all that sort of stuff. Another thing the ship does, if I thrust forward to go up the screen, you'll see there's a small flame on the back of the ship, and I can just fly around. I can go left and right to see the remainder of the screen. There's the extreme right edge, and I can fly over to the left and it'll go over to the extreme left. The overlay that I mentioned in the blog is currently, it's got the score and the bars on the right, and I can even fly my ship and it'll just move underneath the score and the bars. So it's all certainly well overlaid over the main graphics, even though the main graphics is can move around. The overlay plane sits in one place, and I can draw any graphics I want on that screen, and I just draw them in the same position each time, and that's where they appear, and that's where they'll be overlaid over whatever's happening in the background. And I don't have to worry about cleaning up the mess, worrying about whatever I print on that overlay gets scribbled onto the background, and I don't have to restore the background, all the usual stuff you would have to do when trying to create overlays on the Coco. It's the engine does that all automatically. So that's basically not a lot to show, but it's certainly showing progress of the game, and more importantly that the graphics engine definitely works and is totally flicker free, is of a reasonable speed. It's not quite a 60 frame per second game due to the heavy block moves of memory that the engine requires. The coding to do the engine is actually very small. It's a very memory economical engine. It's very simple how it works, but it works by copying large areas of memory around, so that it creates this logical multiplanar graphics. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that, and I have been on a bit of a programming roll, so I hopefully will be only another week away and I'll be able to do the Fusion Bomb, and you can all have a look and see what that looks like. But I'm happy with the results so far. It's pretty well exactly perfect as what I was hoping for. The speed was what I was expecting. The only thing I think might be something I'll have to play with is the colors. If you notice, when I fly my ship, that whatever colors my ship is, if I'm flying over the same colors, it tends to make areas of the ship disappear because they are the same color. So I don't know, I might have to just rejig some of the background graphics to differentiate it a little bit, but anyway, work in progress. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching.